would like to give you some examples before we declutter this particular concept and understand what finesse is. Now, if I ask you, do you all know how to walk? Absolutely, people will say, yes, of course. Do you know how to cut a vegetable? Of course, everybody knows how to cut a vegetable. Now, if I ask you, do we all know how to communicate in a particular language? Of course, everybody knows to communicate, not just in one language, but in 3 or 4 languages, right? On an average, any Indian can communicate 3 languages. One is English, Hindi, and his native language. It could be Marathi, Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam. So everyone knows how to communicate in a specific language. Now, when everybody knows how to communicate, what could be the differentiator as far as communication is concerned? How do you evaluate who communicates better? Who cuts vegetables better? Who sings a song better? Who knows how to public speak in a specific language? What is the differentiator? Now, to understand what the differentiator is, no degrees are offered actually, no degrees are required. Everyone who consumes the product makes that decision depending on how well you do the job and how well the value is perceived by them. Therefore, we are going to show you a video clip before we pursue this discussion further. Have a look at this video. Did you see a difference? The way this guy was cutting the fruits or the way people were doing their jobs. They all can be menial jobs. The way this guy was cleaning the windows, the way this guy was making his rotis, the way he was serving the bartender. In each one of those activities, you can see finesse, how it is being done. Barber, for example. Nobody can dismiss this as a low-end job, but look at the skill with which the barber, the hair stylist was doing that. I'm sure each one of you must have appreciated the skill at which they were doing their job. So irrespective of the job they do, the quality with which the job is performed is a differentiator. In fact, we wanted to bring this ad because this was given by Motilal Oswal, of course, for a different purpose. In fact, the central theme of this advertisement is everybody trades in shares and stocks, but there is a level of expertise, right? It's not that it's everybody's piece of cake. An expert's way of working is different from a layman's working is, different. So through this advertisement, they sensitized you that knowing to do a job is different, but knowing to perform the job with finesse is different. And that's that advertisement of Motilal Oswal. So keeping that concept in mind, that is the finesse. We're talking about skill development. I'm a trainer that is very close to my heart. I'm a corporate trainer and I've spent my whole lifetime training people in various corporates on leadership, negotiation skills, sales trainings, and a host of other topics. I've spent my whole lifetime on training. And this particular advertisement of Motilal Oswal, that was that had a different purpose, but I am using that for a different purpose because it makes a lot of sense, and that was why I showed this advertisement. Now, looking at this, skills are the greatest levelers of all times, guys. They are like performing artists because people are watching you all the time. It has got nothing to do with who you are, where you are from, which institution, IIT, IIM, who your dad is, what is your family background. Nothing matters. It's got nothing to do with all those things. The one and only differentiator is your performance, and that speaks for itself, right? So we've been talking a lot about all these jargons. We have seen hairstylers, pani puri walas. We saw a bartender. You saw guys cleaning the window panes. They're all low-end jobs on the skill inventory, right? Now we are going to show you a clip of a West African singer. Her name is Sona Jabrat. Look at that song, guys. How was the song? My goodness. Highly talented. She's extremely talented. If you look at the pitch at which she was able to take the song, look at the rhythm, look at her passion, look at her involvement. This goes on to prove it's not just the skills that matter. It is more about passion with which you perform the job, the dedication, and she has the skin in the game, right? One is singing for the sake of singing for the sake of completing a project, say a 3-hour concert, and taking her professional charges. But what is even more important is involving yourself. Involvement. She's dedicated. She's passionate. She's put herself into the song. She's so passionate in singing that song. And that's what is required. And that's the differentiator. Will you insist on a music degree? Do you have a post-graduation degree in music from Trinity College? No. You might dismiss it as a 60-minute concert. But this 60 minutes of performance, she must have put in 60,000 hours of practice into specializing that art, guys. Now we're going to show another footage about a football player. Look at him. Look at him. Decide for yourself.
Redknapp. That is quite the most remarkable piece of...
How was this? This was a 5-10 seconds clip. But I'm sure. But to perform this 5-10 second performance, this guy must have put in 50,000 hours of performance, guys. He must have done that. Without which, this kind of a performance is absolutely impossible. You can go on, you can go on with hundreds and hundreds of examples, right? For a guy who is able to complete his 100-meter dash in 9.1%, 91 seconds, for him to bring that down to 8.9, which is 0.2 seconds. If he wants to improve, you might think it's 0.2 seconds, 10.1 to 9.9. This guy has to put in practice of hundreds of hours of practice. Hundreds of hours of practice is what will make him to bring down the time from say 9.1 to 8.9 seconds. I think that's where the world record is. And that's what matters, guys. We would like to show you one more video. Please have a look at it.
Holding, beautiful from Parkinson, talking about...
Right? Cricket is something that appeals to everyone. And look at the way this guy bowls. If you look at this whole process of bowling, the process of bowling is not even 2 seconds. But for performing this kind of a feat, I leave that to your imagination. I'm not going to say that how many hours. You can put that in the comments below. Let me see. All it takes for the ball to come from the wicket side to the batsman side is not even 2 seconds, I guess. But look at the amount of practice. One can list out hundreds of such examples where people have perfected their arts. But what is important is looking at these, the skill and finesse, what we are talking about.